So this is a Falcon Sail mounted on Swell Watercraft Scupper 14 kayak. The kayak has a spot right on the bow hatch specifically for sail mounts. So we thought we'd get a Falcon Sail and try to mount it ourselves. The first thing we did was mount right on that bow hatch. There's 2 holes to drill for the base plate. We had to drill them twice to line up the screws correct on both sides. So that took a little extra time, but no problem, it worked.
Right. We got to figure out how short we're going to cut it. So I'm kind of putting it all together, and we're going to...
After eyeballing it, we ended up taking 1.5 inches off the carbon fiber kickstand, and that was too much. It's probably around 1 inch. You're going to want to measure it for each kayak. They're polyethylene. They're going to all change from kayak to kayak. Here we are cutting through it. You can use a handsaw. You can kind of use anything. It cuts pretty easily. And get it drilled on, and you can look through the little 4-inch bow hatch to make sure you've got it at the right height. Push down, make sure it's giving some tension. And once you've got that, we've got the little sticker that the kickstand kind of goes into. If it's an older kayak, clean it with alcohol. This is a new kayak, so we just stuck it right on, steel and pick. Steel and stick, peel and stick. On the front pulley, if I could do it again, I'm just going to use the drain plug as a place to connect it. But we went ahead and drilled a little spot for our own piece.
Okay, so we're drilling a hole for our forestay block and pulley mount. It's going to be...
Ultimately, this is what the pulley is going to look like in the front. So now we got to put on the pad eyes. There's a big kind of form to figure out where these pad eyes go, but if you're doing the Scupper 14 kayak, this is where they go.
So what we're doing is we're going through and we're mounting these little anchor points, and what I've done here is I've put the washers on the outside because in this particular Scupper 14 the little space in here is pretty narrow and the washer doesn't exactly fit on the other side there. So you could opt to have these out here. You could also probably get away with not having the washer. After it's all cinched up, it's going to be very tight. And after putting an old dab of silicone in there, I don't think you'd have any issues with leaking. So,
okay, taking over for Nick. What we've done is we put a cleat over here for the mast, and we're going to put it on right now. Screw that into place. Take the safety lines over the top of the base, slide it on till it doesn't go any further, and then figure out which of the 4 lines go to which pad eyes, and then connect those on the side. Now I'm going to take this supplied line here from the mast base to the forward piece back into the cleat. So I can tighten up these 4 lines that are attached to these. Okay, this is temporary. So you're just gonna put any kind of knot on the end and tie it through the pulley in the front and then back over to the cleat just to hold it up for a minute. Pull it into the cleat. This will allow me to tighten up these 4 pieces. Okay, this is where the job gets kind of tricky and critical, but you do it correctly. So regardless of what you see me doing here, the way you want to do it is don't undo the knots. Simply loosen the lower part of the knot and tighten as you go around the outside. Now what you want to do is take the 2 front off and tighten the 2 that are closest to the paddler first. Okay, once you've got those 2 tight how you like them, undo those 2 and then click on the front 2 on the pad eyes in the bow position and tighten those 2 how you like them, and then you probably should be there. put all 4 of them on and see if you've got it how you like it. This is a real tricky, hard part of the job. To attach the boom, you have to take the safety line ring off, throw it forward, slide the boom onto the mast base, and then put your safety ring back on. After that, you can put the mast itself on once you got it in solid position. Slide the mast on top of the mast base, and then there will be these little clasps to kind of clasp into place, which put the lower part of the sail onto the mast base. Okay, now we gotta undo that temporary knot from the beginning. Undo the cleat so it's freed up. Really undo the cleat. And then there's a new route for this line to go through here. And we got another cleat here. Up through this hole. Okay, I just figured something out. So there's 2 sails that come with the Falcon kit, and this is the smaller of the 2. And because of that, this boom doesn't fit. I just realized there's another piece for the shorter version that you can just throw on there. This here's called the Wu-Vang line. It's for tacking back and forth, and according to Patrick from Falcon Sails, if you don't know what a Wu-Vang line is, just take it off. So I'm going to just take it off for now. Okay, now I'm going to try to decide where to have a tie-down point on the boat, if I can at all, to lay the sail when it's out of use. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to stash the sail when I'm not using it. And I think that's just going to be basically right here. I'm using the supplied lashing hook and pad-eye bungee kind of system that came with it, and works pretty good. The sail gets in the paddle zone a little bit on the back end. I'm not sure if you could do a better job. Maybe you could think up a better system than I did. So here it is, the Falcon Sail on Scupper 14. Came out really good. You can see the white leash line going through the pulley system. I added a little pad eye to guide it back to the cockpit so it's deployable. And I'm going to take this thing out tomorrow or whenever the wind dies down and give it a try. Pretty stoked.